Marilyn of Castle's Designs. Jocelyn's hair was styled by Elvira Lee of Here We Are, and she also facilitated her makeup. Ladies and gentlemen, delegate number 5, Jocelyn Fenton.
Delegate contestant number 1.
Maggie is sponsored by Montserrat Utilities Limited and Monfest.
Take a good look, everybody. Feast your eyes on Maggie.
Maggie's gown is entitled Goddess of La Soufrière, and it was designed and made by Castle Designs.
Contestant number 1, Maggie Detouche. We now bring to you contestant, delegate I should say, delegate number 2, Natalia Durand. Delegate number 2.
And Natalia is sponsored by Flying Montserrat and Monfest, and her dress is entitled Magenta Magic. Her dress was designed by her chaperone, Bernadette Dubry, and was created by Maudlin Rose Graves.
Here comes delegate number 3. Delegate number 3 is Clarice Yearwood.
Clarice Yearwood, she's sponsored by Cool and Smooth Antigua, and her dress is entitled Imperial Goddess at Twilight.
Clarice Yearwood, delegate number 3. Now here comes delegate number 4, Tiffany Ryan. Delegate number 4.
And Tiffany, she's sponsored by Mr. Bruce Ferrara, and her dress is entitled The Awakening.
Finally, but certainly not least, delegate number 5 is Jocelyn Fenton. Delegate number 5.
Jocelyn is sponsored by Monfest, and her dress is entitled Mermaid of the Alps. Her dress was created by Cheryl and Marilyn of Castle's Designs.
There she goes, ladies and gentlemen. Delegate number 5, Jocelyn Fenton. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Festival City, feast your eyes on 5 beauties of Montserrat as they vie for the title of Miss Montserrat 2011. And for the final time, ladies and gentlemen, final time, take a good look, everybody. Remember, the judge's decision, final. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to question for you, Maggie. Your question is, in the lead up to the 50th anniversary of Festival on Montserrat, an international film crew is making a documentary on the history of Montserrat's annual festival. As a young ambassador for Montserrat, you have been given 2 minutes to tell the world about one aspect of festival you would like to see revived and be a part of for the 50th celebrations. What aspect would you choose and why? You comfortable?
Well, as a young performer, I realized that there are not a lot of local bands on Montserrat right now. But from what I understand, the wide variety of local bands back then used to bring a sense of energy into our festival. And me personally, I think that the local bands would bring that energy, causing people to participate in our parades, street jams and so on, or even to be members of the local bands. Look, the other day, we had to send all the way to St. Kitts and Nevis for a band to play at our festival. Imagine that. When we have so much local talents right here on Montserrat. So, as a young performer and an ambassador, I say let's use our local talents. And for the 50th anniversary, let's cut out the hi-fi on the road and bring back the local bands. So we can feel that energy that we once had in our festival. That is what I want to see revived.
So in the lead up to the 50th anniversary of Festival on Montserrat, an international film crew is making a documentary on the history of Montserrat's annual festival. As a young ambassador for Montserrat, you have been given 2 minutes to tell the world about one aspect of festival you would like to see revived and be a part of the 50th anniversary celebrations. What aspect would you choose and why? Are you comfortable to answer now? Okay.
The one thing I would like to see reintroduced into the Montserrat Year-End Festival would be the costume segment in the Miss Montserrat pageant, where the contestant made an appearance in a uniquely designed costume. Each contestant walked the stage adorned in a costume which displayed the imagination, skills, and artistry of Montserratians as a nation. The kaleidoscope of colors, the pomp, and the pride was something to behold, and it was a segment that the audience genuinely appreciated. A panel of judges sat on this segment, and the girls were judged based not only on how they wore the costume, but how they maneuvered it, as a costume could weigh from 50 to 150 pounds and could be as tall as 10 feet. The points from this segment were tallied, and this helped to decide who the next Miss Montserrat would be. Apart from the flamboyance and creativity, the actual creation of the costume helped to build community spirit, as it brought together steel workers, welders, designers, and a wide cross-section of the Montserratian community. I know we possess the skills of costume builder in person, such as Mr. Ari Taylor, Mr. Chad Cumberbatch, Mr. Joseph Pops Morris, and with the right influence, the reintroduction of the costume segment into the Miss Montserrat pageant would help to enhance the festivities.
Thank you, Natalia.
The lead up to the 50th anniversary of Festival in Montserrat, an international film crew is making a documentary on the history of Montserrat's annual festival. As a young ambassador for Montserrat, you've been given 2 minutes to tell the world about one aspect of festival you would like to see revived and be a part of for the 50th anniversary celebrations. What aspect would you choose and why?
Good evening, everyone.
Without hesitation though, I must say the string band element. Sure, we still hear their music being played, but when I listen to the older folks and the way that they speak about them, it allows me to appreciate their significance even more. And just by listening to them, I've learned that the instruments were made locally, and this allowed the members to put more passion and enthusiasm whilst they were playing the music. And when we Montserratians, we speak of string band, I'm sure most of you could think of Magnificent Seven, Chalmers String Band, and Bunting String Band, and you would know that when these groups began tuning their instruments, that festival, and more so Christmas, was right around the corner. And eventually they would go from house to house, playing their music, hoping to captivate everybody in the festive spirit. And also Hero, in one of his songs, String Band Jam, I'm sure most of you would know it from his hook. Purum pum purum pum purum pum pum. He highlighted the fact that electronic instruments now took over, causing our festival music to lose that authenticity to it. And eventually we would have lost a valuable cultural art form which was dear to us. I'm sure many of you here tonight can attest to the fact that festivals, something has definitely been missing so far, and allowing you to say that it has been boring. So I personally would like to see the string band revive, taking festival back to its roots and enhancing the festival spirit and revelry that once made our festival special.
Delegate number 3, Paris Young, ladies and gentlemen.
Tiffany, I'm going to ask you the same question that we've asked the previous delegates. So if you'd like me to repeat it, please don't hesitate. So in the lead up to the 50th anniversary of Festival on Montserrat, an international film crew is making a documentary on the history of Montserrat's annual festival. As a young ambassador for Montserrat, you have been given 2 minutes to tell the world about one aspect of festival you would like to see revived and be a part of the 50th anniversary celebrations. What aspect would you choose and why? Are you comfortable to answer now? Yes.
One aspect of Carnival that I would like to see revived and placed into the 50th anniversary of our Montserrat Festival is the John Bull, because a lot of people do not know the cultural and historical significance of this figure. The concept of a man dressed as a bull was around since the time of slavery, because at that time slaves were considered to be less valuable than cattle. So to see a slave dressed as a cattle tormenting others was just a gentle reminder of how they were belittled. The concept of the John Bull is important that we pass it on to the young people and educate everyone about this, because not a lot of people know the cultural and historical significance of this tradition that we have here on Montserrat. Thank you.
Delegate number 4, Tiffany Ryan.